Smoking on some gold papers, bitches shine when you hit it. You can't get me out my character.
Parents, you know, they really helped, and they did as much as they could. They made my childhood like a fairy tale kind of, because you like a country, like I'm a country girl, so it's like when you dealing with stuff in the country, you gotta make your fun. So you know, like big ass swing sets, a lot of land, you know, just like a lot of things to play with, and like a lot of animals and stuff like that. So they just always made sure like I had what I needed, but they still gave me my wants too, which I think is pretty cool. I had like aunts that would come and pick me up, take me places, like travel really young. That's why I'm so like focused into my career, because blessed and grateful to have aunts that could look out and do like cool stuff like that for me, because my parents couldn't, but they could do what they could, which was still really good. So being young and understanding that, I think that's like really important too, and that molds you and builds you while you young. Let me see. My grandfather is basically like my dad, 'cause when my dad died, you know, he stepped up and was really there. So, you know, like he's taught me so much, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally. Y'all see how this world is coming, like with this race war, it's getting worse. So, you know, being able to grow up in a family where, you know, you have a male figure that like show you how to protect yourself and, you know, just prepare you for real life, I think that's something that I never take for granted, because it's really a blessing, honestly, you know. My grandmother is like cool as shit. Like she's cool as hell. She's really dope, and she just knew I was different, but I never could put my finger on it. I'm just like, dang, I don't have the clothes, the shoes everybody have. Like I'm dressed like a real country girl. I'm out here like doing activities after school every other day. Like my grandparents got me doing the wildest stuff. Like, oh my God. And so I always knew like my life was so different, and I could not put my finger on it. I swear for Christ, I couldn't put my finger on it until like I started seeing, I'll probably say when I was like 5, and I was being nosy. I was good. I was a good kid, but I was sneaky, I was nosy, and I was always in trouble. And I just went into my parents' room one day when, you know, all that company was over, you know, old heads get fucked up, shit like that. So, excuse the French. But they was in the living room. So I'm in the room, you know, looking and shit, trying to find stuff, looking under the bed and stuff. Big mistake. Like, I got my ass whipped so bad. Because I was only 5 at the time, so my grandfather was kind of like, this is not for you right now. Like, why are you being nosy, you going through looking at shit? Like, I'm about to whoop your ass. And I was just like, oh. Like, that's one thing. The whoopings, crucial. I'm talking like old school, like the stick, the paddle, the beer caps on the belt. Like, I'm talking crucial. But it was only because of the type of kid I was. Like, I needed to really have things stuck into my head and know right from wrong, because if not, at that young age, like I would have been like a total screw up. Like it would have been bad. But they just made sure that I was right, you know what I mean? I made a lot of mistakes, you know, on my own that didn't have nothing to do with them. You know, once I got a little older and I didn't know how to really handle my stress until I started figuring out like this meditation stuff. And I had ran into someone when I was like 18. I met them and they were like way older than me, like in their 30s. And they were just like really cool, and they really helped me get through like my depression. Like they freed me, if that makes sense. And when I say they freed me, I mean like they helped me climb out of that like depression shell, because like 17 through 19, I was debating on like really coming out being myself. I was just like, I don't really know, like, because, you know, is it the right time? And I was talking to my parents and I was just like, you know, I think it's the right time. And they like, it's the right time because you doing everything that you always wanted to. You now seeing that you're doing what you were saying. So my grandfather and my mother, they were just like, you know, let them have it. Do your thing. Follow your dreams. So, you know, my biggest goal, you know, before they leave this planet is to treat them, you know, take them out places they haven't been. Like, my parents have traveled, but I want to do something for them, you know what I mean? And even if I don't get that opportunity, then I know, like, they'll always be with me because, like I say, I know these things. So it's cool either way, you know. You gotta be prepared, you gotta be headstrong, you gotta stay focused more than anything. You know, you can't let nobody throw you off your balance, none of that stuff. But yeah, childhood was pretty cool, you know what I mean? It's a lot of other stuff, but it's not really nothing to get into. But it was pretty solid. You know, it had its days, you know, but my parents were good parents, you know. I could never go outside first after school. I always had to do my homework first, every day, every single day. I could not go outside first. Everybody else was playing outside first, except Nene. Nene was in the house, in the motherfucking book.